I'm a weird kind of lazy. Building boring things in Minecraft is boring. I'm lazy, I don't want to do that. Building a gigantic machine that will build the boring thing in Minecraft, that sounds like fun. And even if building the machine takes me an entire day, when the thing that I wanted to build would have taken 15 minutes, I would say it's worth it. Today I'm going to build up a self-building bridge. Building bridges is incredibly boring. Self-building bridges are incredibly exciting. Now I did this last year in the Nether through lava lakes, which was easy enough, as you have infinite access to lava, which is the building block of self-building bridges. But now I want to do it in the overworld, in the sky, making use of movable tile entities. This is going to have its challenges. So, let's get started. Now the first thing that I have to decide is this bridge going to be made out of basalt, making use of the lava, soul soil, and blue ice mechanic, which is this one right here. I mean, that is quite simple. Or do I want it made out of cobblestone? So that would involve another set of dispensers, which would dispense out water, converting our lava into cobblestone. It's more complicated, but then it does feel more overworldy. I think I'm going to go with the cobblestone, you know. Basalt suits the Nether, for sure, but there's something about a cobblestone bridge. That's Minecraft, you know? There's also something really hilarious to me about the idea of building up a gigantic redstone contraption to construct a very 2012 Minecraft bridge. This is hitting all the correct parts of my brain. And I'm hoping that what I've created just here should actually provide us with a lot of the framework. So let me just briefly explain before this starts getting ridiculously complicated and nobody can tell what's going on. This contraption should create a 7-block wide sheet of cobblestone. Now this is not just going to be a flat bridge. I'm going to add some sides and a little bit of decoration because that's always fun. But to create this sheet, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this entire section backwards, and when that happens, all of these dispensers are going to fire the lava buckets. Then 15 ticks later, once the lava has spread to this second block right here, because we don't want to be taking out the lava source blocks, otherwise we're going to run out of lava very quickly. Once the lava has gone to the second block, which will happen in 15 ticks, this whole section is going to move back across. The water is going to be fired out, and that little bit of lava is going to be converted into cobblestone. Now, the water isn't going to be sticking around for very long because I don't want it flowing anywhere. It's going to be there for just 1 tick, but that will be enough time for our lava to be converted. But as this thing has been moved and all the water has been shot out, these observers will also fire, which will retract our lava away, which will then start the cycle once again. So then everything will move, the lava will wait 15 ticks, then this will move, we'll get the water, cobblestone, and then the retraction of the lava, and the cycle goes on and on. So that's every part that we need for the actual creation of our cobblestone sheet, and then there's going to be a bunch of contraption after this, which is going to be in charge of moving the blocks around and making it all look good. So with me having waffled on for far too long, let's see if this little setup right here with all of the timing in place actually functions. I'm expecting a hard no, so backups have been made. I'm incredibly nervous. I'm not sure why I'm incredibly nervous, but I really am incredibly nervous. So we've got the lava. Was that absolutely perfect? Was that absolutely perfect? Did that work completely flawlessly? Look, I don't think that timing could have been more better. Please excuse the fact that I just said more better. I don't think that's actually a thing. I don't think that's grammatically correct in the slightest. Let me give this another go. Right, so... Oh, goodness gracious me, I've forgotten how to do everything. Flawless. Absolutely flawless. Or should I say very flawed? Because, you know, it's created the flaw for our bridge, you know. Yeah, a lot of people have probably just stopped watching right there. The only slight change that I have to make is I need to make sure that these aren't sticky blocks underneath these, because otherwise we're just going to bring the cobblestone with us, and that's a bit pointless. And now having connected up the rest of the flying machine, everything should now be fully functional. Everything is moving. And we are getting our cobblestone area just gradually being laid out. This is ridiculously satisfying. I mean, this is very satisfying. Already, without all of the extra stuff, I am pleased, and I could watch this all day long. See? This is why you build these machines. I just got the Stone Age achievement after building up a gigantic cobblestone slab. That is a weird flex. Now, as I've mentioned a couple of times, this isn't going to be sticking as a cobblestone slab. I want it to be decorated, so I'm going to be moving these blocks here up into this position, and then these blocks on the sides, I want them to be up at the top with this sort of alternating block pattern. And after a lot of head scratching as to how I'm going to do that alternation, I've come up with something really, really strange. I'm not sure that this is going to work, but the logic is, every single time this flying machine moves, this slab will change position. Sometimes it will be here, and then when it moves again, it will go back to here, and then when it moves again, it will go back to there. And when it's here, right, the water that dispenses out of this dispenser won't be able to flow down and form lava. That is the idea. I don't know. Is it going to work? I guess we'll find out. Oh, this is not the outcome that I was expecting. So, even if it's a slab, the lava still gets converted. I so thought we were onto a winner. Oh, I so thought we were onto a winner. I've just realised though, why am I doing all of this stuff when I could just move the dispenser in and out of the way? You know, I can move these things now. I keep forgetting that I can move them. If I just move this away, there will never be any water. I don't have to worry. Why am I doing all this fancy fan-dangled stuff with covering up the dispenser and things? Just get rid of the dispenser. Oh, I sounded a little bit overly confident then, didn't I? What if this doesn't work? That would be super embarrassing if this now doesn't work. Oh, it doesn't work. Oh no. I've been scratching my head over this for an embarrassingly long time, and I really can't work out what to do. So I'm going to solve it in a way that is completely faultless, which is to ignore it and make it a future me problem, and instead focus on the other parts of the build. The first thing that I want to do is a little bit of decoration in the center. Instead of having this bridge be 100% cobblestone, I actually think it would be really cool if it has a basalt stripe going down the middle, so that should now be done. And now I'm building up the side grabbers, so that is going to pull up our cobblestone to form a little border. So we'll end up with something like this, and now, unfortunately, I've run into the problem that I was avoiding. I hadn't realized how easy it would be to solve the other problems, so now I'm back at the alternating block problem. Is something like this going to work? Is it going to work? I mean, it looks like it could potentially work. I guess we'll see. There really is only one way to find out on this sort of thing, and that is just to activate it and see what happens. Okay, so the basalt system is working well, and that is looking very fancy indeed. And then we've got the path pull-ups. That seems to be working well. And also, our alternating piston seems to be working. This is very good. So look, every other block is going to get pulled up. Everything is actually working. Everything is going far too well. This is very good. And to be honest with you, this is already looking pretty cool, isn't it? Like, this already looks pretty fancy. So now all I have to do is push these blocks up here and push these blocks underneath, and we'll end up with a really cool alternating pattern going along the side of our walkway here. Now the question is, does the basalt look better? I feel like the basalt looks better, doesn't it? So this little claw attachment that I've added to the back of this thing should hopefully do all of the rest of the actions that we need. So we're pulling the blocks one higher up, and then we're pushing both the top ones and the bottom ones across. So that will give us that alternating wobble on the sides. I feel like alternating wobble isn't actually a building term, but I'm going to roll with it. And now our self-building bridge is finished. So here comes the first activation of our gigantic self-building bridge machine. So as you can see, we have got all of the basalt and all of the cobblestone being generated, and gradually all of that is being pushed into the correct place by all of the pistons that are following it. So it's just making its way along. I mean, these things will never not be cool to watch. They're genuinely some of my favourite redstone contraptions to watch. I could watch this sort of thing all day long. Look, it's creating something out of nothing. How can you not like this? How can you not find this ridiculously satisfying? We've got a bridge with an alternating wall and also alternating blocks. I mean, how fancy is that? Like, seriously, how fancy is this? Look at it. This is a walkway fit for a king, and it's being built by this machine here. We're like printing a walkway. Imagine you're just minding your own business down here and you look up and your mate is just creating this. It's just a walkway is gradually appearing in the sky and traveling off into the distance. This is a really nice bridge. Like, I'm a big fan of this bridge. And you know what? I'm going to come out and say it. I think this is genuinely quite useful. Like, imagine if you do genuinely need to create a bridge spanning a long distance. It might actually be faster to build up a machine to build the bridge than building up the bridge. And it's definitely 1,000 times more fun. I think it goes without saying, I'm absolutely chuffed to bits with this thing. I hope that you are chuffed to bits with it as well. I hope that you've enjoyed this Minecraft Redstone video, and I will catch you in the next one. See ya!